Oh. Good morning. I wonder if anyone's actually gonna tune in. It's a Thursday afternoon. Don't really think it's actually working. Oh no, this stream's on. There we go. Hey everyone. Hi. Hello. Hello. We're playing PowerWash Simulator again. I did a stream like this on Tuesday. Some people were like, "Ah, man, I missed a stream." It's all right. We're here now. Let me make sure all my audio is all good. Yeah, you can't even hear the music, can you? There we go. That should be a little better. Hi, T-Toss episode 10. When we fucking finish it. How are you? I'm all right. I'm a little tired. It's about 11 a.m. where I am. I woke up maybe an hour ago because I've got the worst fucking sleep schedule under the sun. Nah, I don't have the worst. There's people who definitely have worse sleep schedules than me. I should have made like a sandwich before I started this stream, because like it's not like I'm gonna stand up in the middle of the stream and just walk away. But yeah, when we get there, when we get to episode 10, we'll get there. You need to understand that we make these episodes on like a day-by-day basis. We don't just be like, oh yeah, we have everything ready and you know we have all the free time in the world to make every single episode. These episodes take like 2 to 3 months to make if you're working on it consistently sometimes. So like, yeah, episode 10 is my favorite. So which episode are you gonna make when Thomas Comes to Breakfast? We're never doing Thomas Comes to Breakfast. If we do Thomas Comes to Breakfast, it would probably be a joke where it's like, it happens, but they don't fix Thomas at all. Like, because Thomas doesn't need to be fixed. He's fine. He's perfect. He needs those slopes. I hate flat buffer beam Thomas. I'll blow you up in my mind if you so much as dare to imply that sloped running board Thomas is inferior. It's okay. You're not a god. Damn right I'm not. Alright. Here. Just so y'all know, I'm doing the dog PNG tuber again, courtesy of Ollie. I believe it's Smoked Lamb. I believe that's their name. I smoked or steamed. I can't ever really remember. What the fuck are you just like using random like ASCII art in chat? You know it doesn't work on YouTube, right? Like that only works on like Twitch and like anywhere else. At the very least, on the way that I have my stream laid out, it's not gonna work. I'm the imposter imp. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. So we've got let's see, face cam. Yeah, people are gonna be like, oh, you're a furry. Yeah, I'm a furry. Wow, are you surprised? Facemoji the app. Yeah, it's gross. It's icky. It actually makes text hard to read. I mean, if you do make Thomas come to breakfast, when Thomas see the house, he'll be like, "Oh shit, narrator, help me." Nah. Trust me, we would never make Thomas Comes to Breakfast just because it's not a story that we want to tell. It's not a story we really care for. I think it's like I think it's an iconic story. It's just we don't need to tell that story in T-Toss. It should be noted too that like we're only technically adapting one season 2 story. Everything else is stuff from season 1. And that one season 2 story is obviously taking charge. In reference to Duck Takes Charge. That's like the only one that we are actually gonna be adapting. Even then, obviously, the big thing with T-Toss is we have an absurd amount of creative fucking shit. Creative liberties. Sorry. I just woke up, like I said. Oh, this is a big fucking place. What is that? What is that? Lost cat Ulysses, very fluffy please call the mayor at 673-695. What a dog shit phone number. If Thomas came to breakfast, the station master would throw piping hot eggs at Thomas's face. I was like, who the fuck is Pippin? No, I got there in the end. Love how T-Toss takes things out of the park with how original it is. Love the work from you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Tomo the. Is it Tomo the or Tomo the? Hot coffee! Good morning, Ariel. Or good afternoon? When did you become a VTuber? I'm not a VTuber. I just prefer the dog over my own ugly mug. When did you become a VTuber? That's such a funny question. I'm not. I'm sorry to get your hopes up. I would love to be a VTuber. I would love to be a VTuber, honestly. It's afternoon. Tomo duh. Is it actually? That actually blows my mind. I've always thought it was like Tomo the or Tomo the, but if it's Tomo duh, that like tomato, like Tomoda, a Tomoda. Yeah. But yeah, no. What is your favorite Thomas character? There we go. Now you're actually typing in a way that I can read. Henry. Gotta be Henry. Could never be anyone else other than Henry. Tomo soup. Sorry. It, wait, what? Oh, what? It shows you what? Oh, I never knew that was a thing. Okay. If it isn't my arch enemy at Tram Engine Studios. Ariel, do you know this guy? I'd like blow him up if you want me to. Doing so while attempting a speed run of the Genesis Thomas game with the races is actually surprisingly difficult. I wonder why it would be so difficult. Oh, that's not gonna work. We gotta use slow yellow. You know, I just realized I feel really bad, Tomo, because like I've just realized like we're basically gonna do your series with one of the next things we're working on. And I didn't actually think about that until now, because your series is like Thomas before he came to Sodor, right? Thomas Origins. That's you, right? You're the one who made Thomas Origins? Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a rare wooden railway black James? Because I have it. Are you just trying to brag? You know what I have? A life. I'm sorry. That was uncalled for. I'm sorry. Look, there are very few things that I collect that I'm like actually proud of. And a lot of them is just like I'm just brah. I saw that. You ain't slick. I know that you hit enter way too soon, but also still. I'm just bro. Do you need a second? Bro, I roasted him so hard he can't type. Bro, there's Wallace and Gromit roleplay happening in the chat right now. This is crazy. I mean, I'm broke as hell. Well, maybe you shouldn't be buying rare Jameses. Maybe you should be saving money. Save some money, get a car, get a job. I don't know. you already have a job, save money. Easy. Only buy what you need and occasionally treat yourself, you know? This has been financial advice with Andrea. Oh, wait a minute. I never noticed these cameras. Hi. Oh my god, what? Seriously? that's sick. What the hell? I hate saving money because I always want to spend, which is such a bad habit. That is a really bad habit, actually. I am very thankful. Oh, that's pretty. I'm very thankful that I was raised by my grandparents, so they really showed me how to save like stupid money and like where to be careful on what I'm spending and whatnot. Dude, this really is a sick ass treehouse. Holy shit. God damn. God damn. Research table? What the hell? This has got to violate some sort of regulation, right? Like, totally. The stairs need bitch, everything needs cleaning. What do you... Yeah, the stairs need cleaning. I think it's a bit more than just the stairs. I hate to say. But, yeah, so clean it. I'm working on it. Oh, did Nyx join? Oh, hi, Nyx. Hi. I think a lot of people are still asleep, or at the very least still waking up, because a lot of people have been very I kept No Name up really fucking late again, playing Half-Life. Half-Life 2. We get like stupid far into the game, and then at some point I was like, oh, I forgot it's like 3 a.m. for you. We should stop. And it was like, yeah, I was about to say, can we call it? I was like, yeah, let's go to bed. Go to bed. Gas bottle? Bitch, that's called a propane tank. What? Woke up a couple hours ago. Well, good morning, Vietnam. Oh wait, you know, I bet I could probably do this because it's just dust, right? Yeah. The rust is a little different, but yeah. Propane, my favorite drink. Oh, get off my case, Ariel. Actually, it's a propane tanker. Explodes you, blows you up in my mind, kills you. That game looks kind of fun. Have you never watched anyone play this game? Have you never seen this game before? It's like a classic. Hold on, let me do. Yeah. Oh, I got a message from someone. Who's messaging me? Who's messaging me? Shut the fuck up! Who is it? Oh. Guys, just so you know, there's a coupon at the store that I work at. I'm not telling you what store it is, though. You'll have to solve my riddles 3 to find out where Andrea be employed. I have the first PowerWash, but not the second. I honestly, depending on how fast I finish this game, I might get the second one. Honestly. Like, I kind of, like... I was like, oh yeah, I forgot, like, I actually, like, did a really good amount of this game. I had like 25 hours in this game, and I had already played, like, quite a bit of it. Like, at some point, I was just like, yeah, it's not really my thing. And then I was like, I'm gonna pick it back up. It's really interesting going back to certain things and being like, oh yeah, I'm interested with these. What are you talking about? What do you mean, along with the tables? I just got a 1994 Tommy Percy with an RC Thomas, which doesn't come with its remote. I got these two guys from my car boot sale in Maypole, Birmingham. Try not to dox yourself, by the way. That usually leads to people getting banned. Not because like we think it's like, not because we think you're like evil or something, but because like it's literally for your own protection. Oh yeah, Walton Files 5, yeah. I need to actually watch Walton Files. I've listened so many times to Audit. I don't know if anyone knows what Audit is. It was like some song that I think it was like a fan song made for the series. Either that or it's like an actual commission thing. I don't really know. But yeah, Audit mentioned. I love Audit. I like Audit too. It's really good. I didn't even know it was a Walton Files thing, honestly. I was like, man, these audio samples are kind of interesting, like right towards the end. But yeah. It's a fan song, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it is a fan song. And it's like, honestly, hearing that alone is like, oh man, now I'm really curious. What the fuck happens in Walton Files? Because I always thought it was just like a FNAF clone thing. And it's like, oh no, I think it's actually a bit more than that. And also the fact that it's like Walton Files 5. Bitch, I thought there was like 8. What am I missing? It's gotta be underneath, right? There's gotta be something underneath. I am illegal. What? What do you mean you're illegal? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Did you order my flip face RC Thomas in Depop? Man, I don't give a fuck. I love that people come in here and yeah, but it goes further than just copying it. So it's like T-Toss. It's like T-Toss is inspired by Thomas, but goes further than just copying it. No, there are so many people who are like, oh yeah, you know, Biscuit Crew Productions, everyone's a Thomas fan. Dude, like 5 of us out of like the 20 of us that exist are Thomas fans. Like, I'm not even a Thomas fan. Like, I hate that show. I said it on the last stream like 2 minutes in, where I was like, man, I hate Thomas. I fucking hate that show. It's like, yeah, man, I don't really care for Thomas anymore. It's really not my thing. I merely use it to tell my stories. I'm not even a Biscuit Crew, LMAO. Yeah, you should be. You know, you were one of the OGs. You're one of the OGs alongside oh god. I think right now her username is Trinket Girl. I know she has a different name and it's not coming to mind. No, we're not gonna mention. But yeah, no. God, who else? Who else is an OG? I remember Flying Thistle Studios used to comment a lot, but I don't think Thistle's around much anymore. I think he messaged me recently and was like, "Oh yeah, I saw T-Toss 9. I thought it was really cool," and I was like, "Oh." Unless I'm misremembering, maybe I was a fan of Flying Thistle. I can't really remember. I did have someone message me recently and just be like, "Hey, you know, you used to be subscribed to me," and I was like, "Who are you?" And they were like, "Well, I don't want to say my name because it's associated with my dead name." And I was like, "Oh, that's okay. I would love to know who the fuck you are, though." like make models or something. Writing I could help with, mainly giving some ideas. Maybe we're all fans of Flying Thistle. We could all be fans of Flying Thistle. It sucks trying to be like, we have so many people on the team right now. We have to also catch all of them up to date with like where the series, because like I don't know, it's really funny. People will be like, "Oh yeah, can you do a Scarlet Railway episode?" And it's like, you do know we have like the full series planned out start to end, right? Like all 30 something episodes. are like kind of ideal, our ideas. Like, we have everything start to end ready. It's just a matter of us actually writing down the scripts and whatnot. Venusaur the goat. My favorite part is when Bush 17 farted and said "fuck you" and "fuck you" for no reason. Dude, the Bush 17 auditions chat still exists in BCP. It's just private, so no one else can access it. I called number 106 at 3 a.m. Gone wrong. Bitch, you call 106? He's gonna be like, let me go back to bed. I would know. I've called them before. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Does this mean I win? We're all losers. Oh, is it the backs of the legs that I didn't get? No? What am I missing? God, this whole table's a pain in the ass. Come on. What am I missing? What the hell? What is it? Is it stuff in here? Oh, maybe it is actually. Hold on. Damn, guess I lied about voicing Bush 17. It's not like there was much to fucking lose. What was I grabbing? Oh, the fucking, yeah. What is there left to pick up, bruh? I've got this whole thing. What's left on you? Also, yes, please get back to work on those T-Toss, not T-Toss, on the E2 stuff, because, like, I am so fucking excited to see what else you've got, because, yeah, because, like, that's so cool. I love the E2s. Try under the propane tanks. I can't get under them. Oh, okay. I was in Home Depot working, but they tell me I have to get a green card. Who are you? What? I need to work on the tongue so hard so you can put them on route. You know, hoping to release it all soon once ready because I don't want to gatekeep. This is why you're so based. Thanks, gang-a-lang. And I thought you were saying thanks very much. Why won't Gordon or Henry tell Thomas about his brother? So here's the thing. This isn't really something that we're ever gonna talk about in the series, but like you do need to know that there's like pieces that will like very clearly explain this to you. They didn't even fucking know about 106. They didn't even fucking ask. They didn't even ask. They didn't even know who 106 was. There's nothing to tell Thomas. They don't even know who that motherfucker is. May I ask those pronouns? She, they. Thank you for asking. Not a lot of people ask. They just kind of go, ah, yes, the person with the mask voice must be a man. And it's like, okay. I mean, oh, poor you. If there's depressed people in the chat, and you don't go, oh, boo, woe is the... fuck you. I'm by myself. That's awesome. Pop off. I'm pansexual. What are the narrator's pronouns? They, them. Narrators, they, them. They're talking about Pokemon in the chat. I don't know anything about Pokemon. I think Glaceon's cute. That's about it. Oh, no. Celebi. I like Celebi. Celebi's cool. I remember watching the movie that they were in, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's so cool. Where did the idea of the narrator come from? The Stanley Parable, for the most part. I also just really like the idea of, like, a narrator that can, like, actually talk. I remember I actually came up with the idea of how to connect Titos and Stonmore more. Should I DM the idea? I actually already know how to connect them. But if you want to DM me, sure, go for it. I probably won't read it right away just because I'm locked the fuck in on cleaning this, this tree house. Okay, well, thanks, asshole. But yeah, no, the narrator kind of stemmed just generally from the idea of, like, what if the narrator that you hear talking is actually their own character? What if they are their own thing? Like the idea of, like, a meta narrative has always fascinated me, and it's like, I think the best way to do that is to bring the narrator to life, essentially. Why is Gordon a stuck-up shit-ass? He's not. I don't... Did you not watch episode 8 where he's, like, actually really nice to Thomas? I don't know. There are people... There are so many people who just, like... Are like, ah, yeah... I bet people are probably gonna be like, oh, wow, why is Percy a dick? Because Percy was a dick in season 5. And I'm like, okay, you clearly haven't watched... series. Please write Duck as a nerd, I beg you. Episode 10's already written. We already have the voice lines in for it, actually, but don't tell anyone I said that. Joined to hearing T-Toss LARPers exist. Oh yeah, they exist. They exist all the time. Don't mess with us T-Toss fans. We don't even watch the fucking series. I love the T-Toss scene where Henry shot Edward dead. Yeah. Gordon isn't jerk all the time. It's part of his character, I'd say so, but it isn't his whole character. Unlike the Brenner era. Yes, I dare criticize the Brenner era. Fight me. The Brenner era does have its own issues. I think a lot of people just overhyped it because people are blinded by fan bait and nostalgia and fan service. Are Lumity Trio, E2, and Autumn the same guy? Yeah, they are. It's just he prefers to go by Autumn now. Are you guys planning to Emily later in life? No. Emily will not be in T-Toss. A lot of people on the team have tried to push for her to be in T-Toss. And it's like, we've had to explain it so many times of, like, if Emily was in the series, she'd have to be an engine who was on Sodor before Thomas. But then she would just tell Thomas about 106, like, the moment that he arrived in episode, or Insightful 2. I have typed the idea, now I shall wait. Here, I'll take a look. The fuck was that? Okay, sorry, I was reading chat. What the fuck? Sorry. Why is Henry a black 5 before his flying camper crash? Did that already happen? We have a FAQ in the BCP Discord server if you're in it. If not, I will read off what I have in the FAQ. Hold on, where is it? Pronouns. The arc with Henry's old shape is something we never intend on working with, so we figured removing the arc entirely worked better. This means that Henry has always originated from the LMS as an LMS Black 5. Discord, can I join? So if you look down at the bottom of the screen, there's like @AndreaTheBiscuit, @AndreaTheBiscuit.bsky.social, and then Discord, link in the description. It's in the description. Jesus. I'm in the description. Get out of there. What the hell? Bro, who was living here that put up these fucking signposts and like... The fuck? Is this like Comic Sans? I think it is actually Comic Sans, but like really stretched out. What's going on with Tomo? Earlier someone tried to pay for my commissions through converting me to Catholicism? Someone tried to pay me for my commissions through converting me to Catholicism. How does that happen? What, did they say like, oh, I'm commissioning you, and then you go, oh yeah, sure, here's my payment method, and they go, I have a better idea. Have you ever heard of Jesus? Is that what they did? Dude, oh my god. That's crazy. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Hi, Ruben. I know you for some reason. I just don't know why. I also, for some reason, have always thought your profile picture was a protogen. But I'm realizing now that I think that's Mario holding a bomb. Yeah, that's Mario holding a bomb. Okay. Guys, say hello to Ruben. If you see anything completely unhinged out of context in chat, it's more than likely me, lol. Don't be the hashtag I'm so random person. Don't be that. Please, good lord. Damn, everyone knows Ruben. That's awesome. Wait, if the narrator could talk to Henry, okay. James, this has been like, I think like the 3rd time that the pronouns have been wrong. If it happens like again, we're just gonna remove you from chat. The narrator is non-binary. We've like openly discussed this a lot. So they use they, them pronouns. Yeah. But if the narrator could talk to Henry, who could they talk to before Henry? No one. Before Henry, it was no one. Because, like, how do I put this? The narrator was created about the same time that the Northwestern Railway was created. I don't know if someone asked you this or not. Do you know the Zero the Purple Tank Engine? Zero the Purple Tank Engine? Isn't Zero like a Sonic character or some shit? Katie, I just told you this information. Just relax. Purple Hoodie Zero. Someone came into BCP named Purple Hoodie Zero, but they weren't actually such a dog shit name, by the way. I'm I have no shame in that. But yeah. Purple Hoodie Zero. Will the narrator's backstory be explained? Once upon a time, there was a narrator. Story explained. No, that there's actually a lot of narrator lore that that I don't think people are aware of. But the narrator lore runs deep, and we will cover it in its own right. But like that's like post season 1 type thing. Like you guys aren't gonna see that for a long time. Beautiful thing about series and questions is that sometimes answers will either A, be answered eventually, or B, the answer is not needed to understand the story. This is exactly correct. Sometimes, yeah, no, there's people who will ask questions like that, where they're like, so what happened to Scruffy? And it's like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter what happened to Scruffy. I promise you, it does not matter. It's like, why is Scruffy dead? Why is he in the shed? Because he's a piece of shit. FNAF, COVID, and the iOS books did irreversible damage to media literacy and patience. Yeah, this is true. It is crazy how people are just like, can you tell me 106's name? And it's like, that's the whole point of the series. Like, the entire point of the series. What? Man, playing PowerWash Simulator at 11:30, girls unemployed. I have gotten 3 days off work for the first time in a long time. I'm going to use this time to chill. Will T-Toss fix my failed marriage? No. I'm so sorry. Holy smokes, Thomas viewers in the comments can be so annoying. Holy smokes. Oh yeah. I think what was it that you said, Dookie, you said something like being like a Thomas YouTuber is like the only time you'll ever need to learn the patience of 1,000 suns or some shit, as well as being a babysitter and a writer and a director or something. Like I remember you saying something like that, and I was just like, yeah, that's really fun. I like that. It's like, yeah, we love Thomas fans, totally. I will say that 106 is not part of the Walton Files. Felt important to mention that part, you know. Oh, hi, Iris. Hi, Iris, even. It's faster to say hi, Iris than it is to say hi, Iris, because you save the time on the hi between, or the I between hi and Iris. Does James have ADHD, or is he just stupid? He has a fucking brain damage. He has brain damage. He has brain damage. Did you not watch episode 1? That's the whole thing. His accident caused a traumatic brain injury. This is what I mean. Thomas fans have no media literacy. They see James crash and see him talking entirely differently, and they're like, he must have always been like that. No. That's why we have Insightful 4, Insightful 2. That's why we have all the backstory stuff with James. Like, that's all to set up James as a character. It was that being a major Thomas user involves learning media training, boundaries, and childcare. Yeah, that's what it was. Gang, watch episode 1. He gets brain damage. Come on, guys. Oh my god. You know, I hate the show, but you know that Family Guy clip where he's like, what does he say? He's like, oh yeah, I like football. And the guy agrees with him, and he's like, I also like football. And he's like, I actually hate football. And he's like, oh, you're right, I hate football too. I feel like that's just chat half the time. Hi, uncle. Why does oomph autocorrect to uncle? Oh, there's so many, there's all my oomphs are in chat. All my oomphs. I don't know what it is. I have like chat tries to auto translate on my end, I don't know why. I think it's something that it does to be like, oh yeah, we'll like translate things in case it's someone talking in a different language. But it for some reason thought hi oomph was hello uncle. It's like, that's not, I know that's not what it just said. Will James ever fully recover from brain damage? Watch the fucking series. Jesus Christ. I'm not Unc, I'm the second youngest. No, you're not. Oh, wait, yeah, you are. Are you? Yeah. No, yeah. Sorry, I had to think about that. How old do you gotta be for the Discord? You have to be at least 13 to make a Discord account, but like if you can hold off, if you have the kindness to hold off, wait till you're like 16. Because a lot of the time 13-year-olds will join the server and immediately be insanely overstimulating, and we're just like, get out. Oh yeah, everyone shut the fuck up about James recovering, otherwise I'll convince Andrea to not bring his memory back. We've thought about that. We've thought about leaving him like this. And the thing is, I could actually see exactly how to do it. If I sent you one more face emoji character, would you ban me? I would just not read your messages. That's what I've been doing. Anytime you send the fancy ass text, I just don't read it. Awful little children will never get their T-Toss ending. You know, I've honestly thought about just like canceling the series out of spite. I don't know. Because it's like, it'd be really funny. Hi Tomo, but also bye Tomo. Wait, where's Tomo going? Or are you leaving? Do it, it would be funny. I should cancel T-Toss, you're right. End things. Oh, okay, I might join back later if you're still... Okay, gotcha. Bye, Ryan, bye. Sorry. Read my message before I said hi to Tom. Okay, yeah. Okay, bye. Work on my things full time. You know, I'm just saying, like, if there was something for me to work on with your series, I probably would work on it. That was rude. I'm sorry. Give me something to do, is what I'm saying, please. Like, if you need me to make, like, a route or something, hand it over. Hand over a track plan, hand over a concept, hand over an idea. Like, hand over something for me to work with. Roy was the storyteller, but what story are they telling? Are we sure they're the storyteller? What if I'm the storyteller? Didn't think about that one. Now, did you, liberal? Liberal. Maybe the real series production was the friends we made along the way. Maybe. You never really know, do you? Here we go. I honestly feel bad. I've asked you to voice for me twice, and I've never completed those projects because they low-key sucked, and now I'm afraid to ask again. I'll be honest. I didn't even know I voiced for you. I didn't even know. You could have asked me a third time, but I've been like, oh yeah, sure. I've never voice acted for you. You'd be like, no, you have. Oh, who's messaging me? Yeah, gotcha. There's a VC going on. What are they doing in there? Oh, they're playing Team Fortress. The storyteller is asleep. I'm just on here. They don't know I'm here. Haha. How is there a 9F on Sodor when it takes place in the 50s? Does TTOS take place in the 50s? When does TTOS take place? Do you know when it takes place? Because we've never said it takes place in the 50s. Everyone thinks they know the series more than the person fucking writing it. God damn. It's like, oh, TTOS must take place in 1924. Surely, because it's when Sodor first started. Toby joined in 1950. Okay, but like, I don't think you'd realize this, but like, if Toby comes in 1950, then like, why are there still mentions of the LBSC? We don't even know what time period takes place. Yeah, no. So the thing is, we've never actually explained this, like in universe, but like TTOS does not have a set timeline. Things happen in an order. So like, I think from what we have right now is that season 1, episode 1 to 7, and Christmas special take place in 1 year. Episode 8 and 9 take place the second year. So like literally Christmas happens, Toby comes to Sodor the next year. But like, people are like, oh yeah, totally, because 70 years totally passed, or like 30 years totally passed between episode 8 or episode 7 and 8. No. In fact, they literally say it in universe that the little stunt that the narrator pulled was back in Christmas, and episode 8 now takes place in spring. Like, we've literally explained in universe how time works. But Toby doesn't come to Sodor and TTOS. He's already on Sodor. You're right. People need to understand that TTOS isn't meant to be your beautifully Christian railway series that only the Reverend Audrey could have such beautiful mind to come up with. Fuck that. We're making our own thing. I'm like a leech. I'm parasitical. I take Reverend stories and I go, I'm gonna make them about trains that are gay. The ponies are not ready for this. I have a lot of very visceral opinions about the Thomas fandom. At this point, they just gotta start having fucking Salty on Sodor before Percy arrives, so people know time is just not a thing. You know? I hate to say it. I think if I introduced any Diesel first, it would have to be Salty. I think it would just be so much more fun to introduce Salty first. The ponies are never ready for anything. You're so right. You're so right. Batty freestyle. Batty freestyle. This is a serious record. I'm trying to Will the bird be in episode 10? No, but I should actually make the bird truck. I'm surprised I haven't yet. If I could make a Ray truck, I should make the bird truck. That's just scruffy, I don't know. It's just, yeah. English or Spanish? What are you talking about? What? English, I guess. Does Gordon not appear much in TTOS because he'll be the star of the season 1B finale? That's like such an insane shout, but like, I guess that's kind of fair to say. He's starting to appear more in like some of the more stuff that we've been like tinkering with lately. Just because like we started realizing that like we got really scared about putting Gordon in the series because he was voiced by Trampy. And we didn't really want to bother him much because about the time we were working on it, he didn't seem too interested in the series. So it was like, oh yeah, we don't want to bother the guy, you know, we don't want to like bother him and be like, oh yeah, you know, we're working on all this shit. Can you voice act 4 billion characters for us? So we kind of were like, yeah, we'll pull back on it. But very recently he was just kind of like, no dude, I want to voice act in this. So we were like, all right, well, we'll get you on for more things then. So one of the productions we have coming up actually features Gordon with a pretty decent character development that we actually hadn't really put on screen originally. And so it's like, you know, it's kind of something that we should have been doing a long time ago, but we forgot. I think about how I once got a comment on my Super Rescue adaptation going, the age gap about Henry and Bear's got a deep voice and grows a whole beard. Dude, dude. Thomas fans going from not understanding gay trains to immediately saying problematic age gap is insane to me. There's no middle ground of like, oh my god, they're gay, that's so awesome. Just immediately either 0 woke or 2 woke. Like, Jesus fuck. So he isn't going to be an ass. He hasn't been an ass. He hasn't been an ass since episode 4 or 5. When I saw episode 8, new people design, I'm planning to give you and your crew some donations. We do have a Patreon. If you would like to see what's up next for T-Toss as well, we do have a Patreon that you are at any time free to look at, because we do have some things on there that we haven't actually showed on live streams and videos. There are some cool things on there. If people could not handle my baby gay hen bear Yowie, by God, they will not survive DBB's end. Do you have a character traits for the Scottish twins? Like, do we plan on putting the twins in T-Toss, or just like, do we know what they would look like in T-Toss? Donald and Douglas won't be in T-Toss, at least not in the like the main like canon run of the series. But like, I think we would just personify them how the fandom typically personifies them, as just like very, very loud, rowdy, just kind of like, okay, you know, don't be a fucking dumbass. You know, just like what you'd expect out of the Scottish twins, because I genuinely think that their personalities kind of fit right into T-Toss. There's not really any changes that need to be made to them. Sorry, I haven't been answering stuff about the bird truck. If we got the bird truck, I would actually probably try to reach out and actually get Jack Geshman to voice the bird truck. Because I think he does voice acting for people. You just have to like actually ask him. And it'll just be like, hey, this is a stupid bit. Would you be down to do this? Kind of the same way we got, we were gonna make the Diagobo reference with Scruffy, like the way we got Joey on for that himself. Quick, blue or black? Black Scottish twins. I hate the idea of the blue livery. I've discovered people did indeed get introduced to the concept of gay people via my gay trains, and as a bewildering load to bear. Yeah. What if they were purple? Are Winter and Farron's models ever going to be made public? That is up in the air. I would like to make the modified T-Toss models we use public someday, but they're like very messy and not in a position to be used for filming. We just wouldn't, I know for a fact we wouldn't release Marklin. We probably would never release Marklin. If we did, it would be like a really early version of Marklin. Like, only like a few edits made to the model. Like, if you wanted reskins, you wouldn't be able to make them because the model would be too difficult to reskin type thing. But with Winter and Farron, Winter, I think Autumn has talked about like how Winter is literally just a generic train OC. There's not really anything that can be done about that. Like, whatever. But like Farron has a bit more uniqueness to it. That like I can't really like, it's not my character, basically. They don't belong to me. They're technically October's character, jointly owned at this point with like No Name. Because like, yeah, like I don't know. I think they both kind of make decisions when it comes to that character. If Emily was in T-Toss, I would make her the dark blue of the Scottish Railways. I guess if you want to. A reminder to every person on the planet that you are allowed to make T-Toss fanfiction because I don't own you. I don't control you. I don't rule you. If you want to make fanfiction of stuff like that, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you. I just ask you be respectful to the character's pronouns that we've given them. And if you do make a change to their pronouns, you at least back it up with a damn good reason. Like if someone was like, oh yeah, I've made Marklin go by he, him pronouns because they haven't had their trans awakening yet, then I'd be like, okay, that's, fuck it, I'll take it. But like, I think some people would be like, oh yeah, I've just made Marklin he, him because I don't like the idea of them being non-binary. And I'm like, okay, so you're boring and you're transphobic. Got it. T-Toss fanfiction, you say. T-Toss OC custody go crazy. You're right. You're so right. It does go crazy. Writing T-Toss AU, everything is the same, but splicing an Emily the way people make self-inserts into like Phineas and Ferb or Digital Circus. I need someone to make like a thing where it's like, you know the Smiling Friends bit where people would just randomly like pause the show and just put their character in there. Like that. People need to do that with T-Toss OCs. How did you get the TRS-19 T2TE script to work in Tane for the episodes filmed in it? So like, I don't know how to explain this other than you just go into the config and you change the build number. The people who made the script were like, oh yeah, it only works in 19. They were lying. That's it. It works completely fine in Tane. There are some aspects that are a little buggy, but yeah. For the most part, the TTT script works just fine in Tane, at least the parts that people use it for. I forgot the build number exists. Yeah. I've said this before, but if the advanced cam worked in Tane, we would actually still be using it. The only reason we're using 19 now is because it has the Carson Video Workshop's advanced cam. That's literally the only reason we're using it. Buddy, can you lock in? There we go. So I know that banned people in the Discord don't get any second chances, but, and this is a genuine question, what are people willing to do to get unbanned and back on good terms with you? Are you asking me like what other people have done to try and get unbanned? Or are you asking, is there a way to get unbanned? Thank you, Iris. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Autism be damned, this girl can work a fucking power washer. In fact, that's probably why I can work the power washer, is because I have autism. Can you pretty please make a community post with every engine and their pronouns? So fun fact, that's actually also in the Discord. More so, what can people do to get unbanned? Nothing. If we banned you from the server, it's because we don't want you in the server. Like, whether it be because, like, we've heard things about you from other people, because you've made us uncomfortable. If we have banned you, we're probably not going to invite you back into the server. Like, that's kind of just how it works. the biggest thing we've ever seen with people getting unbanned is if they get banned for a misunderstanding, or if like a different admin made a call that wasn't run past anyone else. And so far that has literally only ever been one person getting unbanned for something like that. And it was just because like someone misunderstood the term anti-rad queer. I will say we are keeping an eye on that user still, but I digress. Random question: who is your inspiration when writing? The writing is inspired by a lot of different aspects of kind of everything I've ever enjoyed over the years. So like a big thing is like, can I ask where to find it? The FAQ chat. If you're in the server and you can't access the server, read the fucking rules. I'm sorry, that was visceral, but like, we have designed the server in a way where if you don't read the rules, you cannot access the server. You have to read the rules. And the fact that people come in and they're just like, I can't access this server, is like, okay, so you didn't read the rules, which is like almost immediately a bannable offense type thing. Opinions on the LBSCR Class E6. What do these look like? Oh. I mean, they're okay, I guess. They kind of look congested. I don't have a chat. Why can't I go to half of the Discord? I don't have a chat. Read the rules. I need you to read the rules carefully. If you are not reading the rules, we're gonna ban you from the server. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, that's it. Like we don't tolerate a lot of this bullshit, basically. This is the reason why we're like, oh yeah, wait till you're 16, because 13-year-olds don't have the cognitive ability to think. They usually are very, very quick to just like run head first and be like, I'm ready. It's like, no. Like, I need you to stop, and I need you to think, and I need you to be as mature as possible about this. Because basically what I'm hearing right now is I have not read anything, and I have no intentions of reading anything. I'm reading. Good, keep reading. I mostly asked that because I swear to God I'm reading. What are you even cleaning? Is that a gazebo? It's a treehouse. I mostly asked that because I want to get back on good terms with Andrea, but yeah, no, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. I'm probably okay with that. Dude, I'm autistic and already hate reading. Okay, this is the part where I say I am also autistic. Everyone on the team is autistic. Everyone that I've fucking like met is on the spectrum in some capacity. I get that it's hard for you. I understand that. But like, this is the reason why we have rules. Break it down into pieces, work on it. It's not even that long of a read. If you can't read the rules, you shouldn't be in the server. If your neurodivergency makes it hard for you to commit to something like that, I genuinely don't think you should be in the server. Because I understand that there are people out there who have issues with that. If you need me to read the rules to you because like you have like an issue with like reading things, I will do that. Like I get that, but like, being autistic and hate reading are not related to each other. Those are two different things. Of the trucks that you made into character, who is your favorite? Ray? It's always Ray. I'm back. What are we talking about? Someone was saying that they can't read the rules because they hate reading and they're autistic. I was bluffing about the illegal. Okay. I'm done reading. Okay. Did you actually read the rules though? Are you still having trouble accessing the server? Every line. Okay. Okay. Are you still having trouble accessing the server? Okay, so we're gonna hide user on this channel. I'm gonna go into the Discord and server. I'm gonna go to system messages. I bet you're probably Bilbasaur. I'm just gonna kick you. For context, they did not read the rules. And I know they didn't read the rules because the rules tell you how to access the server. Like, if you read the rules, it will literally tell you, go to this chat, do this thing, you will get access to the server. I understand that it is sometimes very difficult to commit to those things. I am fully aware and I get it. But, like, do not tell me you have read the rules when you very clearly have not read the rules. I feel like I might be a little cruel about this stuff, but like the server that we run is very strictly designed to be a place that is comfortable for people that like we like to be around. Like if there are people who are not like willing to like take the time to read the rules that we have set in place, like I feel like they shouldn't be here. Like, I'll still interact with them in any other space that I'm in. I'm not gonna be like, hey, fuck you, like, I hate you and I hope you trip on a pile of rocks. Like, it's literally just like, I don't want you in those spaces if it's not something that you can work through. For anyone just tuning in, this person isn't like an asshole or anything. It's just they've literally like, they said, can I join the server? And I said, well, we'd prefer if you were 16 before you joined. And they were like, I'm 13, can I join? And I was like, I can't stop you from joining the server. Like, I genuinely cannot stop you from joining the server. But like, also, please bear in mind that we would prefer you were 16. Just because, like, it does give people a little more leniency on actually, like, mentally preparing yourself to engage in, like, those situations and those positions. To be fair, buddy just lied in front of your face. I know. There was... someone else got mad at me for doing something similar to this on a stream where they were like, I'm 12 years old and I banned them from ever commenting on the channel ever again. And... someone posted that clip in a different server and was trying to get people to be mad at me for banning them from the channel for being 12 years old. So it's like 15 minutes old. Yeah. Like I feel like I don't feel like it's that crazy to not want a 12-year-old interacting on a channel that is very clearly said to be not made for children. You are the youngest person ever. I was just born. Yeah. You're the youngest fan ever. Everyone loves that bit. Jesus. But I don't know. I feel like there are some times when it's just like, God, man, there's got to be an easier way. There's got to be, right? But it's like there's not. There isn't really much of a maturity difference between a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old, so I think banning them makes sense. That's kind of why I'm like, we would prefer if you were 16. Because at least a 16-year-old, like, they're not perfect. I would know. I was 16 years old once. 9 times out of 10, there are spaces that I was in when I was 16 that I was like, I really wish I wasn't in those spaces when I was 16. But, yeah. Random, I know, but respect for not deleting the 75th anniversary short of Henry derailing. Yeah, I don't like purging content. I don't think it's beneficial. I think it's fair to just be like very openly like, this is no longer canon. Please do not view this as part of the canon catalog. I feel like that's a perfectly fair and reasonable thing to do, but I also think people have completely nuked things off of their channel for less. What was that? Was just a fly in game? Okay, that sucked. Is it fun making videos? It's a 50-50. Because I love making the videos and I love seeing people react to them, but the more videos we make, the more not so bright people we attract. We have attracted some really good people, you know, like Nyx, Katie Cat, Ryan, Tomo. Like, there are people who are like aware of existence and life itself, and those are the people that we're glad to have. But there are also people who don't read the rules in our server and say that they have when they clearly haven't. You know, like, had a realization the other week when I found a dear friend's old side channel, and it was really sweet watching a snapshot of who they were a long time ago, and it made me rethink my old videos. Yeah, it's the big one that comes to mind every time, and it's just because, like, I get it, I understand why they did it, but hey it's May deleting Trains with Faces. Like, I've talked with them about it many times, of just like, I really wish you hadn't done that, like, tried to nuke it and try to purge it from the channel, or purge it from the internet, because it's like, I get it, I understand. Like, I totally understand why you wouldn't want that to be associated with who you are now. But it's also like, it's Thomas Phantom history, dude. That was really popular at the time. And I can totally get not wanting it to be like something that you associate with yourself. But it's also like, man, you know, I remember I was a part of that, and it was really interesting, because it was like, oh yeah, I am voice acting alongside people that have now become really good friends of mine, and I didn't even know them when I was voice acting alongside them. Like, I voice acted alongside Steak and Cake as a detective. I didn't even know Steak and Cake at the time. I didn't even know him, and now we're good friends, and he does voice acting for T-Toss. It's like, now that Trains with Faces is gone, any evidence of that ever being the case is just nuked. Again, I understand it. May has talked to me about like how they don't feel like it represents what they want to be known for on the internet, and I'm like, yeah, I get that, but like, I personally would want to be known as an artist regardless of what the art was. What are your thoughts on the Thomas Creator Collective? What are your have you seen it? Yeah, I was actually watching the Creator Collective as it was coming out. Like, I was watching the episodes live as they released, bit by bit. I thought it was okay. I thought it was cool. I mostly watched it because it was like, oh wow, it's like Enterprising Engines, but like a consistently going series kind of thing. And obviously some of the sets were a little messy, and it wasn't great. But it was like, it was still fun. I remember it being absolutely insane, because obviously he hadn't been canceled for being a piece of shit yet, but seeing Turtles and Thomas in officially recognized as like a voice actor by Mattel for something, I remember that blew my mind. Did Spencer ever get his coaches back? No. Those coaches actually belong to the Northwestern Railway now in TTOS. They are the express coaches that Gordon is pulling in episode 8 and 9. Granted, they changed design between 8 and 9, but we're probably going to refilm some shots in episode 8, so that way they are the new coaches. Many of my dearest friends I've made because one day I went, "Hi, can you voice in my train series?" And years later, our lives are intertwined. This is exactly how it was with me and Autumn. Lumini Trio E2, voice actor of Thomas. When we met, it literally was just we met in some like random group that someone had made specifically for My Little Pony fans that were also Thomas fans to talk. And like they are the only person from that circle that I still talk to. But literally I was just like, "Hey, you've got a nice voice. Can you voice act this guard in this Wooden Railway series I'm making?" And it was like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that." Voice acted one character, and then I was like, "Wow, you're really good at voice acting. Can I get you on for other projects?" And then eventually, you know, it was like, "Okay, I don't want to do Stoneware anymore. I want to try and do something different because Kappa is kind of a bitch." And then we I mean, we both worked together to make TTOS what it is now. Can I assume the S69 in the new intro is a replacement for Alfred because of his creator? Yes. We have completely nuked Alfred as a character in TTOS because he was originally supposed to be like a character that we were even going to try to get him to voice, but like obviously all the shit that happened with him is fucked, so we don't want to have Alfred associated with anything in TTOS. So what we've done is we've basically been like, okay, so we're gonna make a completely different character who is roughly the same class as Alfred, and name them Willet. And that's how Willet exists in the series now, is because Willet is a replacement for Alfred. Because Richard Jordan's a colossal fucking monster, and I am going to call him a monster because he is a monster. I feel like that's a valid enough reason to not want that character in the series. We would rather go with our own interpretation than his. What am I missing on this window? Nothing, I guess. Are we going to see Willet in Season 1B? Yeah, Willet is going to talk in Episode 11. I despise it when people try to even conceptualize Alfred and Thomas content these days. It's horrible. Yeah. Our big thing was that we had already put Alfred in the series, and we didn't want to just pretend he didn't exist, so we decided to make him an entirely new character. Because it's like, the whole plan was like, Alfred has been in TTOS a lot, unfortunately. He was seen in a lot of times in the Season 1A compilation, and it was like, we kind of can't just pretend he wasn't there. So our method was instead like, okay, we're gonna basically retcon Alfred ever being a character. We're gonna say anytime Alfred appeared, that was an early version of Willet. And of course the bit since then has been to basically never address this. To just kind of be like, oh yeah, no, like, what are you talking about? That's always just been Willet, haha. And it's like, honestly, we probably should be addressing it properly. Because it's like, he's not a great guy. And we probably should be comfortable in saying that, like, what Richard Jordan did was really fucked up and really sick. And not sick isn't cool, sick isn't disgusting, by the way, just to clarify. I don't think people misunderstood that, but I still figured I would say something just to be safe. So it's like, you know, Bigfoot? Sorry. I just wanted to, like, actually come out and say, like, that is why we did that with Willet, because we don't agree with people who are like, he's just a character. He is a representation of who that person is to me. You can't really be like, oh, they're separate people, because like you can't separate art from artist when the art is the artist in this context. Like I feel like those two things are are kind of like so deeply intertwined with each other that like Alfred is a direct representation of Richard Jordan as a person in the fandom. So yeah. Kind of related, but do 98462 and 87546 exist in the TTOS canon? I don't think so. There are plenty of passing engines that come and go, but I don't think those two numbers specifically would exist. When they power on my wash, shall I simulate what it's like clean whole houses? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you saying? Stop eating my game! Sorry. Work has not been good. Very hot, brainant. Oh. What are your favorite and least favorite episodes of TTOS? Favorite is episode 8, least favorite is episode 4. I think episode 8 is probably one of the best episodes we've made, even though it has its own issues that need to be retconned and fixed in like a proper compilation. But I also think that episode like 4 is like abysmal dog shit. It literally feels like the only episode that you could technically skip, because it's not even like the jokes are funny, you know. Like if it's like, oh yeah, this episode's funny and you guys should sit down and actually watch it because there's a few good jokes in it, there's nothing funny in episode 4. I think the only fun thing in episode 4 is the James shenanigans. Look at that. There's also a recap in episode 5, which makes it even more skippable. Exactly. Like, I think we originally had it in Stoneware that episode 5 or episode 4 and 5. Hi. Episode 4 and 5 were going to be the same episode. They were going to be combined into one thing, and the whole episode was just called Strike. But for some reason, we decided we were going to split them up into 2 separate episodes between episodes 4 and 5 in TTOS, as opposed to making them all one thing like we did in Stoneware, which was just like a really weird call on our part, and I really wish I hadn't done that. I think the big thing was because we were trying to make season 1A 7 episodes, and like without having some of those aspects in the series, it's like we kind of were fucking that up. Hi, Nix. Right. Am I no name now? Did we switch? Speedy Rex is forgetting who's who. This is so sad. Sorry, I bullied a child earlier, by the way. Just so you guys know. They weren't reading the rules. I love bullying children, yeah. There was someone who was in here, and they basically said like they were like, I can't access the server, and we were like, oh, did you read the rules? And they were like, I'm autistic and I hate reading. I was like, okay, read the rules. I don't care, read the rules. And then they were like, I've read the rules, I still can't access the server. And I was like, okay, so you did not read the rules. Goodbye. Be nice to Ryan's wife. Be nice to Deanna's. Deanna's, how would I word that? Deanna's What the fuck is that up there? Is that a gnome? Why is there a gnome up here? You. Why are you here? Oh, can I do it? Yeah. No. Get out of here. Nasty ass motherfucker. Look at this. That's nice. Yeah. Let me make this short again. But, what was I talking about? Or was that fucking Noam Chomsky? Yeah, it was Noam Chomsky. Is the window frame still dirty? Oh yeah, it is. God, these window frames suck to clean, dude. There we go. Jesus. You were talking about how everyone should be nice to my wife, James. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was trying to figure out how to word what Deanna is in reference to James. It's like, be nice to my sister's... No, it's probably... be nice to my sister's husband's character that they voice. Does that make sense? I am from the sad country of Serbia. Dude, I just like fucking... I'm sorry you're from Serbia. I'm sorry for laughing. I was like so lost in the sauce that the last thing I expected to read was I am from Serbia. I hope if you don't like Serbia, I hope that you can leave Serbia. No, it's not gonna work. That'll work. Evil ass Serbia, that makes me sad. Real. Man, we're making good time. I have to dip. I'll be back later if you're still streaming. Bye, Andrea. Bye, Nix. Bye, bye, bye. I'll be back later. I'll be back here. My chat message earlier didn't send, Tama. I'm going to find you if you do anything to James. I mean, it probably didn't send because YouTube registered it as a threat. Because I also would register that message as a threat. Mind you, I know that you and Tama are just good friends, but YouTube probably doesn't know that. YouTube probably thinks you're just randomly threatening someone. No name, but it's for aura farming purposes. I'm so freaking scared. Do not aura farm in my comments, you bitch. No name, you gotta jump him. Can confirm that you should jump him. Gotta dash, see ya, bye! I should go to the USA because my dad is there. I will say be careful coming to the USA because this country's a shithole right now. Granted, it probably will be for the rest of our lives, but I digress. Did I clean everything there? Yeah, I did. Let Mamdani be president, he will fix things. Unfortunately, I don't think he can, because the fucking qualifications to be president is you have to be born here and raised here or some stupid shit. That only applies to rich old white people who can rig the election. Sorry, what was that? I didn't say anything. You're crazy. Hot take, Thomas the character is lame. You're right. Can confirm that Thomas is very lame. That's why in T-Toss we have made him the most angst-riddled motherfucker on the goddamn planet, because angst is character. What was it? What was it that was still... Was it that? Oh, was it the trim? Let me get all of this. What? Crazy. Beautiful. What is that? Oh. Whew. We're just ding-ding-dinging along. Oh! That's beautiful. Anyway, no, I won't leave them alone. I do not like the E2s. They're losers. Blinks at 105. Blinks at you. Blinks at 105 again. You want to try that again? Speed, you're not going to believe this. I made a joke about Thomas listening to 21 Pilots a month ago, and apparently, according to Autumn, he wouldn't listen to 21 Pilots. Yeah, actually, I do hate to say this. Apparently, Autumn just has no joy or whimsy, and thinks that Thomas would probably only listen to, like, music from, like, the 80s. Am I allowed to talk about that? No, that's why I was blinking at you and saying nothing other than blinking at you. The newest thing in Serbia is a Nokia brick. I'm starting to think you're not from Serbia. There's no way the newest thing in Serbia is a phone from like 2000. Oh, I can clean inside here too. Okay, I didn't see that. There we go. Every time Autumn says something I don't like about Thomas or 106, I just pull the why the author acting like he knows so much image and ignore what he says. that is Autumn has always been like, I'm fucking tired of this. To that he's like, man, I know these characters, bitch, I wrote them. Look, I get it. I think that like there's a lot of room for different people to have different takes on these characters. No Name does that to me too much. Oh my days. Yeah. Autumn doesn't know them like I know them. Look, there's complications. There's lots of complications. Autumn has different ideas, and I think the ideas could be executed better, but also his vision is a little more linear than mine is. Who's messaging me? I'm not watching that video. Fine, I'll watch it. I don't even know if Katie Cat's here anymore. Yeah. Sounds like you just got gnomed. Yeah. I am weird. I speak English, but almost perfectly, but my grammar is shit. Fascinating. Oh no. Anyway. You know, there's probably an easier way to do this. Yeah, it's called this fucking thing. Where do you sit? Jesus. I don't know where you stand. Silent. I will say, if you're ever wondering if there is a character in TTOS that listens to 21 Pilots almost exclusively, it's Marklin. Marklin listens to 21 Pilots pretty regularly. Rebecca, the 22nd pilot. This is truly a live stream moment for real. Yeah. Of course, Marklin the Messenger BR80 would listen to 21 Pilots, yeah. Motherfucker came up with the name The Messenger after listening to Message Man and was like, this is so smart. There's 21 this time. I'll come back for it. I'll come back for that too. I'll come back for that. I'm not coming back for that one though. Welcome back to Trench. The mud on the roof kind of looks like chocolate on a glazed donut. What do you mean character taste? What does that mean? TTOS character taste playlist one? Oh, like what music they listen to? That actually already exists. Yeah, that already exists. I've just never posted them. Random question. Why did you choose Marklin to serve the role? Marklin uses they, them pronouns. Marklin plays the role they play because I wasn't gonna make it Thomas or Edward or Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby. So it was literally more just like we were working on the series and we were like, what if Marklin was a character? What purpose would they serve? And we were like, what if we did this? And then that's how TTOS was created. That's how TTOS came to be what it is. Do I really have to clean this? I'm not gonna clean it. You know what? I'm not cleaning that little spot. I'm gonna clean everything else. Yeah, see, I didn't even need to clean it. Boom. Will Marklin be seen more in the future or not really? They've been in every episode. What are you talking about? Actually, that's not true. They weren't in episode 8. I have to refilm something to put them in episode 8, but yeah. Andrew, I think you need to make a scrolling banner that has the character's pronouns at this point. Yeah. There's a character pronouns list in the server. There is a character pronouns list, yeah. Of course, this implies that you know how to actually access the server, so. Marklin is actually right behind you now. Marklin actually is behind me right now. Andrea, it's me. I wanted to said I'm really sorry for being rude about calling you the name you see. I have autism on the spectrum. Why the fuck does everyone use autism to excuse just doing things that don't make sense? I don't... Look, you got banned because you weren't listening to people say, quite literally, please call me Andrea. And when we said that my name was Andrea, you still said, what do I call you? That's why you got banned. We were saying it every single time. You weren't registering the information. I understand that, like, neurodivergency is a hard thing for some people to work with. Like, I totally get it. I understand. Because, hi, I also have it. But, like, come on, man. And I will call you Andrea from now on. Cool. Thanks. Brian, do you know if this is an alt account, or did you ban the original account, or did you just time them out? Andrea with an I, not an E. I honestly don't fucking care. I'll take Andrea. It's better than BCP. At this point. You timed them out. Okay, cool. Andrea, I need to know, it's totally important to tell us lore, but what is the doggo's name? Oh, like me? Like the thing that I have right now? Here, hold on. Idri. I don't know if I was allowed to ban people. I usually I try to leave the banning to just stuff I do. The dog coming close up on the screen was so funny. Yeah. People are like, what's the dog's name? The dog is me. I'm like literally the dog. That's why I'm using it. It's not just like a oh yeah, you know, like, no, like that's supposed to be me. Like that's me. That's like me right now. It's not even that's like actually what I look like right now. I'm like actually just here in the void. What you made you make the dog avatar? Look, I didn't make it. Someone made it for me. Ali, can I just stay quiet in the Discord server? Or do I have to talk? You don't have to say anything. There are like 1,000 people in that server, some of which never talk ever. Do you know or watch YouTube poops? Of course I watch YouTube poops. Dude, I was watching YouTube poops probably before you even born. I was watching that shit in 2007, bro. That is a scary concept. It's really scary. It's really scary to think that there are people who were born after the Great Discovery came out. Girl is old. Hey, be nice. I'm only like 24. It's not that old. I made a YouTube poop. Get on my level. I made YouTube poops back in the day. I think they're all gone now. At least private, but yeah. Old doggy. Yeah, you gotta put me down like old Yeller. When did Gen Z start and end? I'm not a fucking history book, dude. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna send you that video of the old dog doing small bit. Oh, 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 oh. I've been waiting for someone to be like, I'm gonna make a YouTube poop of T-Toss. Oh. Sorry, I love that fucking video so much. That dog's like literally me. I go a woo sometimes. That's the noise I'm making. I was born. You were not fucking born. How old are you? There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Hold on. When did Misty Island come out? You're 16 years old. Jesus, fuck. You are the youngest person ever. I was born 2007. Thomas Phantom, is that year of any significance? I think I was calling all engines, maybe. God. I'm so old. Also, I am older than the Great Discovery and the same age. You were the zoo. Oh. 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 Row! 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 Fucking hell, man. At least I'm not the one with the youngest person ever title anymore. No, you still are, I think. Like, you're the youngest person ever in the BCP, or not BCP, in the in Cookie. But like, yeah. I'm older than Blue Mountain Mystery. That's not really that big of a fucking accomplishment. That's just like baseline what you should be. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing parkour on the roof. I'm like jumping around like this is a fucking surf map on goddamn Counter-Strike. Look at that. It's like exactly what people do. Minecraft players when the conversation gets too deep. Yeah, I'm tired, so bye. Bye, Cool Bill. Born when season 1 came out. That's actually crazy. That's actually kind of cool. Andrea, big question is about Percy. For all my life, I've never known because Wilbur Audrey never said about what Percy's basis is, so I have been curious. Do you know what type of engine Percy is? Percy literally has no definitive basis. There's actually no answer. Percy doesn't exist. Like Percy is like completely an original design. I think they've said like he borrows pieces from like Peckett or something. But like I know in T-Toss the way that we've perceived them is that they're a hybrid class between a Great Western Railway Trojan and a Great Western Railway 1361 class. That's what we've said for T-Toss. Which technically makes Percy a Great Western Railway engine. But again, that's not necessarily canon. That's literally just what we've done. That's just what we've thought we should do. You know what that means? Fish! I was born in 2010 October. You are the youngest person ever. You're like 15 right now. Jesus. I need an excuse to use my breaker model. Just use breaker. The concept of someone being born after 2009 scares me. Yeah. This is really weird. That is weird. I really don't understand. You know, Wilbur Audrey gave every engine a basis from being a prototype or a actual engine, but why not Percy? Never understood that part. I don't know. I'm not Wilbur Audrey. Motherfucker's dead. Andrea, please use the soap attachment. I'm begging you. This is taking so long with the moss. That's the point, asshole. You just gotta be patient. He died? Yeah, he's been dead for years, man. Let go. The accident wasn't your fault. Because he didn't create them with a basis at first, lol. The choices came later. That's true. That is true. He literally was just like, oh yeah, these are the engines, whatever. And then later he was like, all right, I guess I could make them something. Fine. You want me to do the you want me to do the fucking soap? I'll do the soap. Hold on. Sorry, I'm forgetting how to do this. There we go. Here, wood cleaner. so boring. So boring. La 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 la. Boring, boring, boring. Boring, boring, boring. Boring, boring, boring. Why am I long? Boring, boring, boring. Boring, boring, boring. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this sucks, man. Oh, it's taking too long. Oh. Oh my god. Speedy Rex told me to use the soap, and I'm using the soap, and I'm bored out of my fucking mind. Just popped in to backlog this as my brother removed it from my subscriptions. Totally forgot about your cute puppy avatar. Thank you. Tell your brother, this says my brother removed it from the subscriptions. Wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I understand. Thank you. Sorry, I thought you were saying like you were removing it from your subscriptions because this was your brother's account or something. Thank you. I was gonna say stick around, you know, stay a while. Missing linked fact. Sometimes they're sometimes called Bigfoot because one of their big foot. Because of their one big foot, kind of like a bear's. The other one's small like a cat's. What? What are you talking about? I found track evidence of this myself. Anyway, the opening scene of Gordon trying to get Henry's attention, grumbling, has always been very funny to me. It's like the only joke in that episode that's like kind of funny. Oh, this is so boring. Oh. Girl, switch back to the other one. I can't. Speedy Rex wants me to use this. Oh my god, I leave in 4 minutes to go back to work. I gotta do this for 4 minutes? Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my god, dude. Speed, please! I'm seeing a movie in 3 hours. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Oh, put that over there so that way I can get under the... Oh, just clean the floor, man, please. Man, I'm begging. Oh my god, it took way longer than it should have. Oh, I gotta clean the table too. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind out here. Oh my fucking god, dude. I love that video of the car, by the way. I don't know if anyone knows what video I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. So I probably could. Yeah, here, hold on. Please get off the soap. I'm sorry. Andrea complains like a little bitch for 5 hours just so that way she doesn't have to take a shower. Oh Oh my god. Speed has lost control of Andrea. What have you done? Oh my god. Oh. Tedious. Say that again. Where's this video? Come on. It's gotta be called like, right? Like A-U-H, right? Where is it? Yeah, there it is.
Oh my fuck. Oh my fucking god, dude.
I fucking love that video. I like it here. For the first time in my life, I feel like I belong. Sorry. Here, I'll at least get the table done. I'll at least get the table and the chairs done. I have 12 bottles. I have 12 bottles. I've got to like use it. Get off the damn soap. What is Tomo doing? Why is Tomo? What is happening to Tomo? I haven't been paying attention. I've just been complaining about the soap this whole time. What's happening? He made Thomas and Breaker kiss, then deleted the image. Just make them kiss yourself. You literally have the Thomas and Breaker models for Titas. It's the Thomas's Origins models. Does Breaker just kiss every Thomas in every universe? I want Tomo to make it. It's crazy. I was gonna say, Tomo definitely doesn't hate Yaoi. This motherfucker watches Titas. There's like at least 4 instances of Yaoi in that series. In that series, like I've never heard of it in my life, yeah. There we go. We're off the soap now. Is it raining? My latest video was Thomas X James related. Was it the Careful Thomas? That cold makes you want to kiss men. It's crazy that the person who did that voice line is the same person who's gonna voice Duck. Bye, kitty cat. Bye, 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 bye. You mean there's more than just Marklin and 106? Yeah. Yeah, there's another Yaoi couple in the series. It's gonna be a while before they show, but you'll start seeing the start of it here pretty soon. It's probably a little bit of a basic take, but I like it personally just because of what we're doing with the series. Yeah. People, Yaoi where? Yeah, people. It's not Gordon. Gordon, God, thank you, Speedy Rex, for the $10. Thank you. Yippee! Yippee! Thank you. I will stay off the soap. I'm running around. I got the zoomies. Oh my god. Thank you. Look. Long day in the money-making factory. Thank you for this video, Nix. This is a great video. It's so cute. What the hell? Oh my god, Jesus Christ, I looked away from chat for 2 seconds. Oh god damn it, fucking shit, please don't give me money. Please. I'm begging. You save that for when, like, we're actually working on TTOS, man. I was on the phone to father the, or father the, oh my god, money scares me, dude. I'm just a dog. Who the Elenior Tender Engine, the green one that was in Tramway Troubles at Ballyhoo, and in the new intro to the series? That is Willet. They are the replacement for Alfred, because the person who made Alfred is a horrific person who deserves all the years in prison that he will fucking be alive for. Or maybe even less. Maybe he'll get shanked. My Wi-Fi died and my messages didn't send earlier. This means YouTube hates cotton candy, which means YouTube hates Yowie. In this day and age, it would not surprise me. Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3. What about them? No. What the fuck? No. Thomas 1, Edward 2, Henry 3 did not make Alfred. Jesus. The person who created Alfred is Richard Jordan. They're the person who made Sodor the Dark Times. That series where, like, Henry dies. And then, yeah. But, Richard Jordan, to cover it very lightly, is a pedophile who harassed his own family and basically watched them without their permission. That's like the quickest way to put it. And so people are like, oh, but it's Alfred, you know, separate the art from the artist type thing. And it's like, no, that's not, you can't just say that. No, like no. So yeah, chat got real quiet after that one. Fucking hell. I knew T1E2H3 didn't create Alfred, but I wanted to know if you meant who made them popular or made the model itself. I think Richard Jordan also made the model. Oh, and to clarify, just because I don't think people are aware of this, Richard Jordan has also written a lot of Thomas stories. There's a lot out there that exist that are, like, written by him that might not even be properly crediting him, so I need you to be wary of those, too. A big one that that he made was Down the Hill, which is that one where Percy gets bumped by the trucks and crashes into a house. Characterized him, was part of SI3 and wrote a lot of popular fan episodes. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. Alfred was already popular before T1E2H3. He was always been popular if you were born before the CGI series. Yeah. Which was the reason why he was in TTOS, because it was like, wow, Alfred, wow. First, like, Thomas fandom OC that ever got popularized, and then Richard Jordan was a fucking monster. And it was like, oh, well, he's already been in almost every fucking episode. We kind of have to do something. So our idea was to just completely retcon Alfred as a character and make him into someone brand new entirely, called Willet. Where did you get the Thomas and Edward model from? The same place I got the Henry Gordon James Percy models from. Is it bad that I've used their models and roots? I think you just should stop using them. If you have in the past, it's whatever. I think you should replace the models too. But I also don't know if RJ is ever a name Richard Jordan has gone by. I'm pretty sure the name he usually goes by is Scarloey123. Yeah, there's like a lot of separating art from artist / associating him with someone else pisses me off because it's not done to focus on Richard Jordan, but to feel guiltless about using Alfred. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. That's all one piece. Shit. At least let me clean my room. I don't want to live like this. Okay, Vukan, you have literally said this like 20 times that you feel bad about forgetting James has brain damage. Just stop talking about it, man. It happened. Move on. Grow as a person. Unless you're out here actively seeking reassurance, you're not gonna get it. Like, just move on. Shit. The accident was 10 years ago. Fandom is very nostalgia blind. Yeah. Just count on me now. That's good. The concept of people going, I'm using Alfred anyway, instead of changing, I don't know, a face pack or giving him a new name speaks volumes about how lazy and defiant people can be. Yeah. Like even if the face pack stayed the same and you changed his name, I still think I could be like, yeah, that's weird, but whatever, I'll let you get away with it. As long as it's not like, I'm secretly Alfred this whole time. In which case it's like, okay. Skydive. Like, I don't know. OCs are so fun to make. I don't know why Thomas Fandom hates making OCs. They don't hate making OCs. They hate people who make OCs that don't fit their understanding of what an OC should be. If someone makes an E2 OC, they're like, that wouldn't happen. All the E2s were scrapped. And it's like, yeah, so was Thomas, asshole. Like, I don't... the fuck are you talking about? What moral high ground do you think you have? I know 3 people who played Alfred not Jordan card got rightfully bodied. Awesome. Thomas is dead, kid. Sorry. Yeah, Thomas has been dead for a long time. Let's move on. I don't like Alfred, but I prefer Guabi Guabi Guaba Guiba Guaba Guaba Giba Guba Jigui Gui. I've never known how to say that person's name. I hope someday they just like come down like Mercy GIF and just like, you say it like this in like chat someday, because I think that'd be really funny. Took one look at the gas prices today and cried. Aren't gas prices like really bad? Hold on, what are gas prices right now? That's not that bad. That's not that bad. It's been worse. It's been worse. Gas prices were $5.29 in June. Right now they're like $4.70. Here is Europe. Yeah, fair, but even then it's working its way back up. It is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I saw it go up and then go down again. I imagine our I don't know what word to call him. Our dictator has been manipulating oh. No, I imagine the stock market's being manipulated again. Is Herman canon to Titos? No. No, it's not. The character was originally gonna appear in Titos as well, but like, there was no room for him. It's so funny to me when people try to pronounce Serbian names. Okay. How about you correct me then? Felon in chief, as Harry Shearer would pull it. Yeah. Yeah. I would call him Big Brother, but that's overselling his competency. That's crazy. That also implies in any regard referring to him as someone related to one of us. Like, yeah, no, hard pass, thanks. I'd rather die. I'm sorry, girl. They repeated that message like 5 times, and I deleted it each time. I had to time them out. Did they really? Oh, yeah. No. Here, hold on. Did you ban them, or I'm just gonna hide them. Do the characters in Titos use their builders/designers last names? No. No, they do not. We don't actually have all of their last names picked out. Mostly because the engines don't actually have last names. But like, for example, Thomas and 106, they're humanized designs. Their last names are Winters. So like Thomas Winters. And Winters. Sorry, I think my microphone cut out. Marklin has a last name as well. Yeah, actually. It's actually kind of crazy. Marklin does have a last name. It's I wonder if it'd be really funny. I could totally say Marklin's last name. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna message you, Ryan. Hold on. Hold on. Am I allowed to know, or is that like evil secret information? You're not allowed to know. I'm sorry. Someday, Nix, you will be handed everything, but not today. I know something that you don't. Did I do, Pannier, have I told you? I swear. If I've told Pannier, then I'll tell you next. That's when I'm making the ace comp. Right here. Hold on. There. We gotta break into the Titos archives to find out Marklin's last name, chat. Totally. I asked you. I forgot. I honestly forgot about the AU you're working on. Yeah, no. It's funny. Marklin's name isn't Marklin. Make of that what you will. Yeah, okay, just drop that on us. That's fine, I guess. Yeah. We won't hear. Marklin is non-binary. They use they them pronouns, so you wouldn't say we won't hear his name. You'd say we wouldn't hear their name. Ryan's gonna say that I am Marklin. I use they them pronouns thing. I feel it on the horizon. Their name would be a German name because they are German, guys. This is true, actually. No, you're entirely right. I would never name Marklin something like Jake. Because it's such a stupid fucking concept of like, yes, name the German engine the whitest, most American fucking name you can think of. That actually is interesting as shit. What the fuck? Thanks. Sorry. Andrew, I have a question. Is Marklin the name of the toy brand, or is the actual BR-80 called Marklin? So, the toy brand is Marklin. The actual BR-80 is just called the BR-80. The reason why they got the name Marklin by people on the team, like the crew members and stuff, like in the show, is because the brand they got the engine from is the Marklin brand. Oh shit, how long have I been streaming for? Oh my god, I've been streaming for 2 hours? Holy shit! Yeah, sorry, we already have a John and his name is John Tietas. Yeah. Is Fern genderless? You mean Farron? Here, hold on, I'll type it. Farron. Farron is non-binary, so they use they them pronouns. Man, it is crazy that this was a 2.5 hour stream nearly, and I have not even I've barely even gotten halfway. Oh yeah, fuck. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm going to explain why that keeps happening. So, when Farron was originally conceptualized, they were created by October, basically, just to have a train Sona similarly to Winter, like what Autumn has. And the... What? Ginger Jesus chat? What the fuck goes on in other servers? I'm gonna do the roof, and that'll probably be the last thing I do before I head off the stream, by the way. The reason why that keeps happening is because Farron was originally made by October and only October. And then, the unfortunate thing was that originally, in pulling power, there's a whole part where Percy and Winter are talking to each other about tar tankers on the quay. Originally, that was supposed to be Percy talking to Farron, with October voicing Farron. It didn't work because October couldn't get their voice sounding distinct enough from Percy and Farron, or between Percy and Farron. And it was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So we just originally the plan was to just never have Percy and Farron in the same scene. So instead, Winter talks to Percy, and then Farron talks to Thomas and Henry at the end. That was originally going to be Winter as well. So we basically swapped the two characters, which was a continuity error, because clearly that means Percy talks to Winter, knows who Winter is, before the Christmas special, and then in the Christmas special goes, "Who are you?" to Winter. But like that's basically why that happened the way it did. When we were working on more stuff with Farron, eventually October was just like, I can't voice Farron. I need someone else to voice Farron. And it was like, okay, well, who do we have? There were a lot of new people on the team, including Ollie, Nix, and Ryan, and it was a toss-up between one of these three people, to pretty much have like have one of them voice Farron. And what we ended up running with, and by we I mean more October ended up running with Ryan to voice Farron. So No Name in chat, the one who says they hate Ginger Jesus, or hate it. Can I use the face emoji app? Dude, I don't fucking care. I don't care. I don't fucking give a shit. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Just so you know, by the way, I'm so cool, and I use this app called Facemoji that I'm totally not secretly trying to promote. Shut up! Shut up! Fuck! With Ryan now voicing Farron, it was kind of like, hey, could we possibly make Farron use they, it pronouns? And October was like, yeah, fuck it, sure. Yeah, you might talk about it, yeah. It pretty much was just like, yeah, no, that's fine. Sure. So the thing is, for like a year and a half, or no, for actually like 2.5 years, sorry. For 2.5 years, I thought I announced this properly. For 2.5 years, we have been referring to Farron by exclusively they, them pronouns. Which is like, yeah, low-key using it feels so degrading to me, but I don't know. I mean, cool, we weren't asking you. I think there's something that needs to be noted, that if a person who is transgender wants to be referred to its pronouns, then that is their choice. They are requesting to be referred that way. If the transgender person wants to be referred to that, like, referred in that way, that's not offensive. Like, if you as a trans person are offended by the use for your personal, like, pronoun identification, that's you. That's you, and that's fine. That's whatever. If you have discomfort using it for yourself, cool. It is not your call to say if that is rude or not, like, for another person, because maybe they want to be referred to by its pronouns. Like, that's like kind of the whole thing. Like, in the same way of, like, I don't think people would be like, oh yeah, like, people probably are out there who are like, oh yeah, it'd be rude to call someone a dog. I want to be called a dog. Like, that's just kind of how that works. So it's like, different people have different opinions and different things on that. I respect it, but it feels so rude to say that to a person regardless of who they are. I mean, if it's a request, then it's not rude. That's the thing. So it's like, you can't, like, if they're like, I explicitly use they, them pronouns, then it's like, okay, yeah, don't refer to them by it's. If they're transgender and they're like, oh yeah, I'm like a trans man or a trans woman, and you're like, oh no, you're neither of those things, you're an it, that's offensive. But if they're like, oh yeah, I want to be referred to by its pronouns because I don't feel like I fit within the gender confines that have been established, and I also don't identify with the label of like they them pronouns, like if they want to be referred to by its pronouns for whatever reason, that's entirely fair. That's entirely their call. This is only more confusing since I go by he, they, so now it's a circle of bullshittery. That's not confusing. You go by he, they pronouns, that's it. There's nothing confusing about that. Yeah, TLDR, just be respectful. Yeah. If someone is requesting to, okay, so, alright. Here's another thing that I think needs to be known. There are some people out there whose gender identity is to be seen as less than human because they don't want to identify with that concept and would rather be referred to by its pronouns. Not to say that that's what every person who uses its pronouns is, but like sometimes people would not want to be identified that way. So it's like, for whatever reason, different people have different opinions on those things. Just respect what they say. Respect what they want to go by. That's kind of all it is. Because it's like, if I'm being entirely honest, I am one of those people who use, like... I pretty much do go by virtually any pronouns other than he, him, including its pronouns. I just never talk about that aspect because it's like, I don't know how to word it, I guess. But it's like, my reasoning for that is because I don't want to be identified as a human. Gender identity is a weird thing, basically. And if someone says, hey, can you refer to me this way? Just assume that that's what they want to be referred as, and they are aware of how that can come across, and they just want to be referred to by that way regardless. Not wrong, but I confused myself. If people want to go by it/that or something along that, then go for it. I guess I wasn't aware people would want to do that. What are we talking about? We're talking about gender identity. Pronouns. And basically, like, if someone is requesting to be referred to by its pronouns, you refer to them by its pronouns because they are asking to be referred to by its pronouns. Breaker is my litmus test to see if people would willingly use strictly its. Yeah. I'll be honest. It's a struggle for me because, like, sometimes I will use, like... I'm so used to the concept of he and she pronouns just because of where I grew up and where I was raised that my default is always they. If I don't know the character's pronouns, then I default to they. And if I'm not quick enough on my feet to correct the pronoun in my brain before the sentence comes out, I default to they. And usually that's fine with someone who refers to by he or she pronouns because they is gender neutral. But I also feel like that doesn't apply to people who have its pronouns because they specifically are requesting its pronouns, not they them pronouns. Like, those are kind of different. So I'm like, I do try my damnedest to refer to people who use its pronouns by its pronouns, but sometimes it is a they them thing, and I'm like, whoops, my bad, I'm so sorry. Low-key weird couple of days. Yesterday I got into a car accident. Today I talk about gender identity with Andrea. Well, I hope you're okay after the car accident. Oh yeah, that was another thing. Is Farron an assistant pilot? No, Farron works at the China Clay Pits. Farron basically plays the role of, like, Salty, I guess is the more appropriate way to put it. They're a dock worker at Brendam. So we have an Edward episode coming up here pretty soon. Farron will play a decent role in that. I would say probably close to, if not similar to, the role Winter has in episode 9 with Toby. My car is fucked, but I'm good, chat. Farron is a W engine regardless of gender. Yeah. I think the thing with using they as a default is that it makes sense in the moment, but if it happens often enough, it doesn't really feel good to the person being referred to with they more often than not. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things of like, I will say they, and if I don't get corrected, then I'm like, okay, they probably are okay with they them pronouns. But like, if I'm told like, oh yeah, I use its pronouns, then I'll be like, oh I'm so sorry, I'll do my best to keep up with that. And you'll hear it sometimes in conversation. I'll be like, like I'm trying to actively correct it as I speak. It's just like, that's kind of all you really can do, you know. I default to they them as a safety barrier, but will peek at user profiles. That's a big thing too. Some people will not put their pronouns in their account anywhere, and they won't have a pronouns page or anything. And that's when I am only using they them pronouns. I don't usually correct people when people use they, because I don't like interrupting conversation just for a correction, but I really don't like they. That's fair, yeah. I feel like if you're using they them pronouns exclusively for someone who has their listed pronouns in their bio, that's just like rude. But it's like, if they don't have their pronouns, it's like, oh yeah, I probably should ask type thing. But I don't know if this happens with people, but usually I can just look at you and be like, you're definitely not cis. What are your pronouns? If they don't have their pronouns anywhere, then that's a different story, but yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, there's someone at my work who comes in pretty often, and I'm just like, there's no way you're cis. I need to ask you what your pronouns are someday. Like, I usually have to wait until someone says another person's gender, because I'm always so scared of misgendering someone on accident. I usually am too. But that's kind of like, it's like, hi, as a trans person, if you go, hey, what are your pronouns? Are you trying to present masc? Are you trying to present femme? I am like, oh, thank you for asking. Not, people usually don't ask. Hi, I'm Andrea. I prefer she, they pronouns, and I am trying to appear feminine. I just appreciate when people ask me that, because that means they actually like are taking the time to like learn about me and what makes me comfortable. So it's like, if you're ever like, I don't want to misgender you, just ask like, hey, what are your pronouns? Just so I you know, make sure I got it down pat. There's nothing wrong with asking someone about their pronouns. I've learned it's always good to ask questions, better safe than sorry and all that. Yeah. Kind of icks me when people just assume everyone knows they've changed pronouns and don't publicly display it, then get mad like we're missing key information. Twitter will make up a person that doesn't exist to get mad about. Sorry, I personally have never seen someone who does that. Usually they'll have like at least a transgender flag in their bio or something. I've never actually seen someone do that. I think there have been people who are like, I'm trans. That's kind of when you're like, oh yeah, hey. I'm sorry, that was rude. But no, I've never actually seen that happen before. If you have had experiences with that, then I'm very sorry. That really sucks. But yeah. Andrea, that's really dangerous. It's uncommon, but you'll know it when it happens, when it occurs. That's true. What's really dangerous? I tell people if they ask, but if they don't call me he, then I don't particularly care. Just don't piss me off with the W non-binary moments. Real. Andrea, you aren't wearing your proper safety equipment. This is an OSHA violation.
Yeah, but Andrea doesn't care. Yeah, puppy don't care. Puppy dies, she dies. I gotta get more comfortable referring to myself as dog. I used to go by any pronouns, but the people around me back then refused to alternate between them and only called me she, so I went, fuck it, and went back to he, they. That's, I hate to say this, Nix. Same. Same. Like, deeply, unfortunately, same. Because originally, I did actually want to go by any pronouns, but it was just kind of like, I would say like, oh, I don't care pronouns, you know, just refer to me as whatever. And then I would always get he, him. Then I was like, okay, never mind. So now I'm literally anything but he, him. Like, I'm okay with like she, her, it, it's, they, them. Like, I'm okay with all of that. Just not he, him. Andrea must force Thomas to stand on the roof of this house and clean it. Nah. In what years does every episode take place? The timeline is most confusing thing about this series. So I guess the best way to put it is that Insightful Examination 3 is the start of the series. It takes place 3 years before episode 1, I think. Either 3 years or 2 years. I think it's 2 years. Right? Leaves in spring, gets to Sodor. Yeah, 2 years. I would say Insightful 3 takes place 2 years before episode 1. No, I think it's 3 years. Sorry. I'm trying to think about how it all works out. I think it's 3 years. But yeah. But if you're asking like what year does this episode take place in, dude, it doesn't matter. Things happen in an order, and that's kind of all that matters. Like there's a strict linear timeline that exists, and it's like we're not going to be like, oh yeah, we're jumping 10 years into the future to establish this story, while it still takes place 5 years before it. Like things happen in an order, and that's kind of all you really need to know. Some people are like, does it take place in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s? The Big Four merger has happened, and British railway engines exist at the same time. I don't think that's what you should be looking for. Like, in the timeline, I'm pretty sure there's a British Railways engine on Sodor when the London Brighton South Coast Railway still exists. Like, I think there's actually a Ginty that appears in Insightful 4 at some point. Andrea, how do you put up with our bullshit sometimes? Genuinely asking. I know people are sometimes not the most well educated on things, and I am trying to be very patient with that. 9 times out of 10 though, if I'm actively answering your message and like actually having a conversation with you, that means I am like patient enough to like have the conversation. Because I know some people are like genuinely they don't know, and they do genuinely want to learn, and it's like that's when I'm like, okay, I will have this conversation with you. I'm not very educated. Andrea hates my guts. No, I don't hate your guts. You're one of the few people that I'm like, oh yeah, it's Holmes. I know Holmes. Holmes is cool. So can I ask a question? Feel free. Always ask questions. If it's a question that feels insensitive or like I have answered several times before, I will try my damnedest to bite my tongue and just be like, okay, I'll answer the question. But like sometimes I could be a little short-tempered, and I do apologize for that. It's hard to hear like the same questions over and over that you've already answered, but it's also like it's not like there's like a wiki where all of my stuff is answered. Like there's no Gooseworks Tumblr post, massive comprehensive Tumblr post somewhere But other than like the frequently asked questions in the BCP server, but yeah. There is an FAQ in the Discord server in case you think your question was asked before. This is true. The only part that sucks is that some people clearly don't know how to access the Discord server. Wow, Andrea is such a good mom. Yeah. I wish I had the dog mom, Sona put together that Ali made for me. Do you edit TTOS? How did you learn to edit? I edit almost all of TTOS. I think the only time that something has ever been edited by someone else and just dropped in raw, like no edits made to it, I think was like 2 shots in the Christmas special. But 9 times out of 10, like I am editing everything in terms of visuals, in terms of like syncing up the voice lines, in terms of like filming, that's also me. The stuff that's not me is usually like the sound effects and some of the music. So like sound effects are usually done by Autumn. Autumn usually does the sound effects. I'll do the idling sound effects just because it makes things easier, because that requires like 20 different levels. Autumn uses like Premiere Rush to edit the sound effects, which isn't great at multiple layers like that. I don't know where he gets all of his sound effects from. I believe a lot of it is just Thomas sound effects sped up or slowed down, as well as stuff from BBC's sound effects archive, as well as rail fanning videos he finds online. Like I think all of the Toby puffing sounds are from NER Y17 footage, where there's like only 4 videos of that engine moving online. That's also what her whistle is. How did I learn to edit? I started on a fucking tablet with the default YouTube editor, where you could just combine 2 shots together, and then I upgraded to like this like $5 app that you had to download that allowed you to have like 3 layers as well as crossfade transitions, and you could put text on screen and stuff. So like a lot of my earlier videos were edited on a tablet, like a mini iPad. And then after that, I moved on to editing on a laptop on a program called Windows Movie Maker. After that, a friend helped me get the program. I think it's, hold on, let me make sure. Is that what it's called? No, it wasn't that. No, it is that, right? Yeah, Camtasia. That's what it was. Camtasia was a program where you could edit and record your videos. So like it was a screen recorder and video editor. I used that for about like 3 years before I finally got a copy of Premiere Pro, and started using that. And that has literally just been like, I have been learning how to use Premiere Pro like since I got it. It's literally just been, I learn something new every day. I've been tinkering with After Effects as well. And like that's just kind of how we got to where we are with TTOS today. It's just a lot of like, I have been experimenting with it for years. How do Toby's pronouns work? Are they similar to yours? Toby is any pronouns. He, she, they. We, as writers, lean towards she, they. And that's mostly from a writing perspective for easier writing in reference to other characters. If there was an only Toby exclusive episode where it's only Toby, we would use any pronouns to refer to Toby at any point. So it'd be like, oh yeah, she's doing this, and then he decided he was going to do this, and then they went off to do this. That's how we'd refer to Toby. With episode 9, it was a lot more difficult because there were other characters who were multiple pronouns around them. So like Milk is she, they. Socks is he, him. Nick is they, them. There were a lot of characters, and so what we tried to do is we tried to default to she, they for Toby. Because it was really difficult to keep that neat and consistent without confusing people, because even with context clues it was becoming difficult for us to not like confuse people, at the very least not confuse myself. It's kind of the other way for Duck. Duck will also be using he/she/they pronouns, except we will mostly be referring to Duck by he/they pronouns. There's a few lines where Duck does get referred to by she/her pronouns in episode 10. But it's like we try not to confuse people too much. It's like it's very clear when we're talking about Duck or something. What is that? That's just a rock. It's just a rock. Sorry, I thought it was a thing. Hello? The fuck? Even then people were still confused during the premiere. Yeah, even though there was literally a whole scene in episode 8 where Toby says, "My name is Toby, any pronouns?" And people still didn't get it. Technically a rock is a thing. Yeah. I thought it was an evil thing. Yeah. Yeah, to jump back, the editing stuff, literally I just kept working on it every day. It's just like I want to learn how to edit things, so I learned how to edit things. That's kind of all it is. That one line went right over my head. I don't know how, man. I don't know how. But I think Duck in episode 10 should look dead into the camera and say, "I go by he/they/she." Yeah. You spelt it out for them in crystal clear capital letters. Yeah. It was really funny because there was someone who was like, I think it was too on the nose. You could have done it a little more subtle and been like, "Oh yeah, you should have been like, you refer to me as you please," or whatever. And like evidently I was like, yeah, no, you're right. We probably could have been a bit more subtle about it. Nope. Evidently we were too subtle about it, even then. Andrea, I love when you voice Henry. You and Trampy are the only ones I like to voice Henry. Thank you. Do you think in the future it'd work to more intersplice and change between pronouns more for Toby and Duck? I think that'll confuse people even more. Because people were confused when we suddenly started referring to Toby by he/him pronouns when Toby approaches the trucks the second time. People were confused by that. They were like, why are we referring to Toby by he/him now? And it's like, because Toby's gender fluid. Honestly, I also thought it was a bit too on the nose, and then I saw the live chat and that changed my mind. Yeah. Just make it so you can physically go through the screen and bonk everybody with a stick of pronoun knowledge. Yeah. We've actually thought about, like, we should, more so that I think it'd work to more change between them. Maybe, but regrettably, that I still don't think that's gonna make people understand it. People still don't get it. Girl, at this point, let people be confused. Nobody in this family. Yeah. Episode 9, I think, was the first time I ever had the realization of, like, oh, yeah, this isn't, here, I'll do this, I guess. Oh, that's my face. Hi, chat. But sorry, that was my new room, by the way. That's all you get. Hi, 3. This is me, dog. Andrea live action remake. Yeah, I use that so that way I can have the dog on screen alongside me. Maybe you can have a pronoun disclaimer. I've thought about that too, but it's also like, we shouldn't have to warn people that T-Toss is woke. We shouldn't have to do that, you know? Like, that shouldn't have to be a thing. that we should just be able to be like, oh yeah, these characters are trans, you know. I think what's probably more appropriate is that we in like because obviously we had the 1A compilation. We'll probably do a 1B compilation too. Did the stream just change between two of the same pictures, or am I crazy? I feel like it just changed between the Thomas and Thomas shot, the James shot, and then the Thomas and Thomas shot again. I've never seen it do that. That was weird. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? It like changed back and forth. What the fuck? That's so weird. I should remove the Hogwarts Express one. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do that right now. What's it called? It should be called Hogwarts Express, right? Yeah, just delete that. Get out of here. There we go. Oh, hi, Marklin. Marklin with the Osumatsu-san trucks. Those fucking chuds. But yeah, no. If anyone has any more questions, I'm about to head out here. But what I was gonna say is, you know, we had the 1A compilation. We've thought that we should do a name board sequence in the 1B compilation between the episodes that have the characters' pronouns listed like on the page, so that way like you can't, you know, it's not really. Yeah, Hogwarts Express is kind of contradicting the narrative you just said. What narrative? Oh yeah, about being woke. Yeah. Are these background photos out posted somewhere, or are they just used for streams? The Christmas ones and I think the episode 8 ones were posted on Twitter. The Sodorgist ones, some of them are like this one's Sodorgist, this one's Sodorgist. This is also just a screenshot from episode. It's just a screenshot from episode or Insightful 1. This one's a picture from just the end credits. Sodorgist was all posted in the BCP server, I think. They should just be under Sodorgist, I think. Let me peep the horrors. Hold on. Sodorgist. Sodorgist. Where's the list? Sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you basically look up like day 1 or like day 2, if you look that up, you should be able to find it. It should be in the TTOS chat, I think. Oh no, that doesn't really work, does it? Day 31? Does day 31 work? Yeah, day 31. It's in the TTOS chat. If you God, it should be in the pins, right? I'm digging deep. Come on. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's pinned under day 1 evening in the pinned messages in the TTOS chat. Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to keep up with that. The Biscuit Crew are a bunch of silly goobers making a train show, nothing more. This is true. Also, why has the chat stopped updating? There we go. Anyways. I'm gonna head out here. Andrea, I request nutrition. Go get a fucking granola bar. I don't know, man. What do you want from me? Shit. I'm headed out here. Thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. This was fun. Can you see my mouse here? No, it's fine. Cool. You see that? No, you can't. Awesome. But chat is chatting, but goodbye, Andrea. See you later. Thank God stream's ending. I gotta work soon. Oh yeah, you leave in like 10 minutes, don't you? Yeah, that's true. Turn that back up. We got the music back, baby. Closing song is City of the Silent by Violet Pony. We love Violet Pony here. She's so awesome. I love its music. If you don't listen to Violet Pony, I suggest you do. I suggest you start with the album Carousel. It's a very good album. Just lock in. Just try it. I promise, it's worth it. Hey, look, this picture's called Reunion because it's Thomas next to the river. This is a clever reference to how you know, when the viaduct collapsed and one of